Exactly. That's what I said. I knew I was right every time.
Kirk's eyes narrowed as he spoke, each word feeling heavier than the last. The bitterness of their shared betrayal was still raw. He tried to pull her in, talking about their years together and their family. "We have a family, Rasheeda. You can't just throw that away," he said. But she was done with his guilt trips. "You really think a family can survive on lies?" She shot back, her anger clear in her eyes. For the first time, Kirk seemed small, unsure. "I've been patient. I've given you so many chances. And what have I gotten?" she asked, her voice calm but full of disappointment. "Done," Rasheeda said firmly. "You've broken my trust, and I can't forget that." Kirk's voice wavered, a mix of regret and desperation, but it didn't move her. She could feel the weight of everything they'd been through, and she knew she couldn't carry it anymore. For the first time, she felt free, strong, ready to take back control of her life. The relationship. Kirk became irate and said, "You're going to regret this, you're making a big mistake." He retaliated angrily, but Rasheeda merely grinned and lifted the corners of her mouth in defiance. "I doubt it," she murmured, feeling relieved with every syllable. She experienced an adrenaline rush, letting go of the toxic energy he had introduced. Rasheeda walked toward the door, her heart racing but feeling stronger than ever, like she was ready to face whatever was next. "You want to kick me out? Fine. I'll show you what you're losing," Kirk said, but she didn't react. She watched him hurriedly pack his things. Seeing the man in front of her wasn't the partner she once loved. It only made her more sure of her choice. It felt like a distant memory now, the love they once had, buried under all the lies and betrayal that had taken over their lives. Rasheeda could feel the weight of all those years lifting, and it was time for something new. "I deserve better than this," she said, her voice steady. With one final slam of the door, Kirk was gone. Rasheeda stood there, feeling the silence around her, her heart pounding. But this time, it wasn't fear. It was excitement. She looked at the door and said, "I'm taking back my space, my life. I'm not going back." Rasheeda didn't look back. She took a deep breath, feeling a new strength fill her. The weight of everything she'd been through started to lift, and the future suddenly felt full of possibilities for freedom and self-discovery outside. Kirk felt the full impact of his choices. He hadn't just lost a roof over his head. He'd lost the woman who had always been there for him. Everything had changed, and he knew he couldn't just walk back into her life. Rasheeda wasn't someone he could win back easily. He was about to find out just how strong she really was. It was clear things were about to explode, and everyone was watching to see if Kirk would step up or if his mess with Rasheeda would just get worse. Rasheeda? She was done. After years of lies and cheating, she had finally had enough. She saw Kirk for what he was, a serial cheater and a master of deception, and it hurt too much. She was so fed up, she didn't even want her kids around him anymore. This wasn't love, it was a game, and she wasn't playing anymore. "Because I said, you know what, you want to talk to me, come and talk to me face to face." Call knew that Carly would inform Rasheeda about the entire disaster, so he attempted to change the script by. He tried to convince her it was all just a prank, but she wasn't having it. "Are you two still trying to work things out? Or does this just make more sense for both of you?" she asked. He took a moment before answering. "We've talked about trying to work things out without lawyers. See if we can figure something out on our own. It's not just about fixing things, though. I'm at a point where I feel like I need to make my own choices too. I'm ready to move on." She thought about it for a moment, weighing her options. "Am I ready to serve him divorce papers?" she asked herself. "This is the first time anything like this has happened in our marriage, and I'm not sure if jumping straight into a divorce is the right choice. With everything that's gone down, it feels like it could be, but at the same time, maybe we should just separate for now and figure things out, like how to divide things fairly. So right now, I'm just trying to figure out whether to take that step or try something else." She wasn't sure if divorce was the next step, but right now, she was just trying to figure out what to do. "Maybe we'll get there later, or maybe not," she thought. "It's not really about divorce for me right now. What matters is staying focused, not stressing myself out, and getting ready for this baby, whether he's in the picture or not." Rasheeda looked at the messages between Kirk and Jasmine, all the proof of his lies right in front of her. "Kirk, how much of a liar can you be?" she said, shaking her head. Jasmine had shown up with all the receipts, exposing everything about their relationship. The news that Rasheeda was divorcing Kirk after 25 years of marriage was shocking, but it didn't come as a complete surprise considering their history. Kirk's past, including having a child outside their marriage, had been a huge turning point for them. Rasheeda had stood by him through all the drama and the public criticism, but it looked like she had finally reached her breaking point. Fans who had watched their relationship unfold probably saw this coming, as the tension between them had been obvious for a while. After 25 years of ups and downs, rumors are now spreading that Rasheeda, the Atlanta-based hip-hop artist, has decided to file for divorce. Rasheeda is reportedly filing for divorce from her husband, Kirk Frost, after putting up with his cheating for so long. She's tired of his lies and unfaithfulness, which have damaged their marriage over the years. Kirk's infidelity has made headlines more than once, but one of the most memorable moments was when he cheated on Rasheeda during a romantic trip on Love and Hip Hop. At the same time, Rasheeda was pregnant in season 2, and Kirk's denial of being the father became one of the most shocking moments on the show. That was the turning point in their relationship. Kirk's constant cheating has been a huge issue in their 25-year marriage, a relationship that once seemed full of love and hope. Now, rumors say that Rasheeda, the Atlanta star, has finally had enough and is ready to file for divorce from Kirk Frost. She's been dealing with his lies and infidelity for a long time, and it seems like she's reached her breaking point. In season 3, Kirk took a DNA test to prove he was the father, but instead of helping, it only made things worse and left Rasheeda feeling betrayed all over again. That moment became one of the most infamous examples of Kirk's shady behavior, especially after his on-screen betrayal during a getaway on Love and Hip Hop. The drama from that trip became legendary. Divorce rumors are flying, and it seems like Rasheeda may finally be reaching her breaking point. After more than 20 years of marriage, filled with scandals and drama, many fans believe she deserves some peace and happiness after everything Kirk has put her through. If these rumors are true, it would mark the end of one of the longest and most turbulent relationships in the Love and Hip Hop franchise.